Welcome to Imperfect Momming. Our children are constantly looking to us for examples. The term role model doesn't quite cut it here. We are shaping their worldview with every move we make. You see, it's not in the lectures we give or moments where we are actively attempting to teach them. It's in the micro movements we make, the unconscious ways in which we navigate life. We are constantly teaching our children how to show up for themselves, their friends, their future partners, and even their future children. So what can we do to ensure we are raising thoughtful, compassionate, self-aware human beings? We have to become them ourselves. No one is perfect, but we can still all be better, and it starts with self-healing. Let's get to it. Welcome back to Imperfect Momming. I'm Alicia Lyons, and today's going to be a little bit of a different episode because I actually don't have a traditional guest today, and my stomach is now reminding me that I haven't eaten yet today, and that also doesn't happen. But there's been a lot of changes in the last 6 months or so, and what you guys may or may not be aware of is that I had a lot of episodes pre-recorded. And so I actually don't remember the last time that I recorded an episode. But I know that a lot of time has passed for me, whereas you guys have been getting regular episodes. So just a couple of things that have changed for me just off the top of my head. If you are watching the video, I have a virtual background now that I'm like in love with. And so if you are just listening and you want to check it out, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is called Mom Support Coach. And if you want to do a search, there'll be a link in the description to my YouTube channel, or you could search Mom Support Coach. You can also search Imperfect Momming as the podcast, and it should come up also. And so another thing that's changed in my life, my dad passed away on April 15th of 2022, and so I might be mentioning that in upcoming episodes. And I started a new podcast with a girlfriend of mine, and we are calling it Hearts on the Street. So it's about the impact that we have on this planet, whether we realize it or not. So let's get into today's episode. My guest today is Shonda Rhimes, and I know I said I didn't have a guest today, but she's not actually here, but it is a TikTok that my friend sent to me, and I watched it several times. It produced a lot of feelings that I wanted to share with you guys. So it's going to be a little bit of a different episode where I'm going to have a clip of what Shonda is saying, and then my thoughts on it, and then so on and so forth. So I hope you guys like this episode. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about who Shonda Rhimes is if you're not familiar with that name. But she's an American TV producer, screenwriter, and author, and she is known for being the creator, head writer, and executive producer of Grey's Anatomy. So I haven't actually seen anything else that Shonda has done. I've actually never even seen Grey's Anatomy, but I know that it's something that a lot of people love. It's a really good show. A lot of people enjoy, and but I really overall I love what she says in this message. I feel like it's something that's helpful for moms. And I just wanted to add a little bit of my own opinions, ideas, thoughts. But overall, I agree with what she says. And there's no judgment from me to her. But there are some things that I agree with, some things that I disagree with. Let's get into it.
You try to figure out the impossible task of juggling work and family, and you hear over and over and over again that you just need a lot of help, you just need to be organized, you just need to try a little bit harder.
Have you guys heard this? Like, this kind of advice really drives me insane. Why? Because you're telling moms that they're doing something wrong. It's telling moms that they're missing something. It's telling moms that if you were better, you would be able to do it all. Like, honestly, doing it all, doing everything is a lie. Nobody does it all. I'm sure you've heard the African proverb that it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a child. That means that at some point, women weren't expected to and didn't expect themselves to do it all. So that's a hot button topic for me, but I'll move on. I'll move on for now.
As a very successful woman, a single mother of 3 who constantly gets asked the question, how do you do it all? For once, I'm going to answer that question with 100% honesty here for you now, because it's just us. The answer is this: I don't.
This is everything. I am so glad that a successful single mother of 3 is telling it like it is. I'm not sure who started this "I can do it all by myself" lie, but it has done more damage to the collective self-esteem of moms than almost anything besides like social media. The comparison that we do on social media is a whole nother rabbit hole to go down on another episode.
Whenever you see me somewhere succeeding in one area of my life, that almost certainly means I am failing in another area of my life.
Okay, deep breath. That word "failing" here is dangerous. A gentler and maybe less triggering way of putting this is that when you put all of your attention into one area of your life, other areas are going to suffer. 100% that's true. But if you believe that when you understand your priorities, getting help when and where you need it, being intentional with your time, you can have harmony in your life. Notice I didn't say balance. Balance is a myth. Balance implies that you can do 8 hours of work, 8 hours of family time, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of fitness time, 8 hours of self-care, all in one day. And if you added that up, that's more than 24 hours. It's unrealistic for everything to be equal and balanced, but we can have harmony in our lives. Harmony might look like setting boundaries around your 8-hour workday, getting 6 to 7 or even 8 hours of sleep, waking up an hour before everyone else, or going to bed an hour later to get in some self-care time, picking one evening a week to have a date night, etc. Like, harmony should be the goal that replaces this idea of balance. I just really don't like the term "failing" here.
If I am killing it on a scandal script for work, I am probably missing bath and story time at home. If I'm at home sewing my kids' Halloween costumes, I'm probably blowing off a rewrite I was supposed to turn in. If I'm accepting a prestigious award, I'm missing my baby's first swim lesson. If I'm at my daughter's debut in her school musical, I am missing Sandra Oh's last scene ever being filmed at Grey's Anatomy. If I am succeeding at one, I am inevitably failing at the other. That is the trade-off. That is the Faustian bargain one makes with the devil that comes with being a powerful working woman who is also a powerful mother. You never feel 100% okay. You never get your sea legs. You're always a little nauseous. Something is always lost. Something is always missing.
I hear some guilt in these 45 seconds. As a businesswoman, I'm sure that there were a few things that she had to miss because she was on somebody else's schedule. When you own your own business or you work for someone else, sometimes you're on someone else's schedule, but you're at choice. So I can choose to miss my son's first swimming lesson because I need to keep my job so that I can keep a roof over his head. I can also choose to schedule his swim lessons to be at a time that I can be there. I can choose to miss bedtime a few nights a week for work for the same reason, but I will also choose to make bedtime count when I'm there. And this goes back to doing it all concept. There are moms that are working 3 jobs and they get to see their kids for 15 minutes a day. If that's you, make those 15 minutes the best 15 minutes of the day, to the best of your ability. Every day isn't going to be perfect. Don't expect it to be. But don't spend the 15 minutes that you have with your kids feeling guilty about the 23 hours and 45 minutes that you're taking care of their other needs, because those needs are important, essential, as much as that quality time is.
And yet, I want my daughters to see me and know me as a woman who works. I want that example set for them. I like how proud they are when they come to my offices and know that they come to Shonda land. There is a land, and it is named after their mother. In their world, mothers run companies. In their world, mothers own Thursday nights. In their world, mothers work. And I am a better mother for it.
I really love this because she's showing her priorities here. She's showing her daughters an example of her definition of what a strong woman is. She probably feels guilty about those things that she mentioned in the last part, but this is her reframe. So this is what she's making herself feel better about the things that she felt guilty about. So there's nothing wrong with that. She's fulfilled by her career, and she loves the examples that she's setting for her girls. And this is her definition of what being fulfilled means. Every mom, every woman, every person needs to take the time to figure out what being fulfilled means to them. Some moms, that's staying home with their children. For other moms, it's working a 9-to-5. And for others, it's having a business that allows you to set your schedule. It might take you time to figure out what fulfills you, what that fulfillment means to you. But my sincerest wish is that you figure out for yourself and not just do what your mom did or what you see other moms doing. Fulfillment is not something that just happens to you. It's something that you've got to figure out for yourself. And I think that it's one of the best gifts that you can give to your kids.
The woman I am because I get to run Shondaland, because I get to write all day, because I get to spend my days making things up, that woman is a better person and a better mother because that woman is happy. That woman is fulfilled. That woman is whole.
Yes, yes, yes to all of that. I love that piece so much. So if you are going to go to YouTube and watch this episode, I just have to say that the background of the TikTok is somebody cleaning, and it's like so satisfying to me to watch this video. But I want to thank you guys for listening to my first-ish solo episode with special guest Shonda Rhimes. It's my first solo episode since the very first one. And I think that you'll be experiencing a lot more of my solo episodes, hopefully some that are truly solo and some that are responding to messages like these. But I will have another episode for you next week. And until then, keep healing. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to Imperfect Momming. It's time for us to step up and realize that our power is not in trying to shape our children. Our power lies in shaping ourselves into the people we want our children to model themselves after.
Don't just do it for your kids, do it for yourself. When you become a more self-aware, compassionate, and confident person, you and everyone around you benefit. For more information about me and my work, visit AlysiaLyons.com. That's AlysiaLyons.com. See you next time.